So here's my review of the first episode of season 1 of Suits LA. I think off the bat I would say the headline should be too much happening at once and the same old tropes. Though I get why the same old tropes are there because it is a suit show and you want your old viewers to get some of that nostalgia in. It just feels like they're doing the same with the characters. See, I'm happy Stephen Amell is back in a lead role after a while now, and it's good because Stephen Amell likes wrestling. He has been in wrestling. I like when a celebrity who likes wrestling does well in life. But man, he tries too much to be Harvey Dent. And not only Harvey Dent, he tries too much to be, kind of have those vibes in him that I am that, I can flirt with everyone. Like, I have that, I can win and everything vibe. You can blame it on him also, but I think the main blame goes to writers because they wrote his character like that. Like, you can see him, that's not his voice. Like, you can see, like, he tries to, like, deepen his voice a lot. So sometimes it just feels like, Batman is speaking to me because he just, oh, why did you stay with me? And I'm like, what? The thing is, you have his partner Stuart, who is Eugene from Walking Dead, and I would probably say he is the actor who has looked like most like he is suited for that role. He is suited for that role. Otherwise, everyone has felt like they are trying to be something else, and probably that girl who is doing the pro bono type, pro bono cases, and those are the ones who feel like natural in their characters. The thing is, you have a firm which has mainly two divisions, which is sports entertainment and criminal defense. Stewart heads the criminal defense, and Ted heads the sports entertainment. Ted was a former police officer 10 years ago. Even the ones that they are merging with, even they were, I think, police officers. I think maybe Samantha was in the police, or maybe she was a lawyer also. I don't, that has not been clarified in the first episode whether she was also a cop or not. But it has been like he was a cop 10 years ago also, and it has the same old tropes that like Harvey Dent had issues with his mother. This guy has issues with his father. Then you have people, then also the thing is too much is happening at once. Like, we just got introduced to these characters, and you suddenly have the jokes going on, the emotional stuff happening. He has assistants also, who when I saw, at first I was like, is she an assistant or is she like an associate? But no, she's an assistant. And they all got that vibe. Everyone is trying to be someone from Suits. Like, someone is trying to be like a Donna, someone is trying to have Jessica vibes and everything. It just feels like everyone is trying to, like, appeal to the Suits audience a lot, which in a way I get it. You have to do it because it is called Suits LA, but have a bit of your own personality. And I'm seeing that Erica will probably have that. I just don't want her to be, oh, she's the token black girl. Like, let's, I don't want her to be known as Jessica 2.0 at the end of the season. I don't want the secretary known known as Donna 2.0, aside that she doesn't want to end up with Harvey and she doesn't have, those special powers and everything. The thing is, you have a merger, but essentially Stewart kind of kicks him out. Main reason is because Ted called himself a lion and he called Stewart a flea, and they decided that he's allowed to take 50% of his clients. And it was, Rick, one of his associates, Ted's, who actually called Ted the next day at in morning to let him know that the 25th floor is all gone. So they had, 3 4 guys that they had to, get back. So so Ted went to Stewart, and he recorded his conversation with him, which I was like, I don't think Harvey. It just feels like these kind of cheap tactics you usually do when you kind of are, your backs are against the wall. Like you saw it in Suits. Like they use like the worst of the tactics. You in the end of the season, it kind of looks like they are like doing things which are supposed to happen gradually, but doing it in the first episode so that people stay in the show, because they kind of know that maybe it doesn't have that much hype that they thought it would have had, because they don't have any of the original characters. Like from what I have heard, they're gonna have some cameos in the show, but the thing is they can't really have more than cameos, because Harvey, Mike, like they decided to open a pro bono, and so they can't really show up apart from like a few cases. Maybe you can get a Luis there. Like Stewart gives that Luis vibe, like kind of like the Harvey and Luis, big brother little brother, kind of being jealous of each other. I think they took that aspect from there and added it to Ted's and Stewart's relationship. You already have the main thing, the main mystery around the show, which is always in the back of the mind, which is what happened 10 years ago. Like, I have your secret. If you sue me, I can let them know and everything. You have that there also. So it looks like they took concepts from the original Suits and just throw them on the wall, and they were like, let's put this in the first episode so that people get invested in that. The only characters I think people may get interested in, of course, is Ted, because he also has the aspect with his dead brother and his father. Like his father, left him and his brother when they were born, and what we kind of are implied at the end of the episode, when he visits his father, who is going to die in a few days, he says that you let them kill, because his brother is disabled, so you let them kill him, and you're like, I will make up to you and all. And we kind of get to know that you know the the Eddie that we have been seeing in the episode is just his hallucination. He's actually dead. And I think we kind of get to know a little bit. I think when they had that flashback scene when his younger version was sitting with Eddie, we were kind of like, why is Eddie the same age as he was there? So I had the idea, oh, of course he's dead then. You also, the thing is, I get it. It's just that sometimes it's too cringe. Like when Stewart is saying his lines, like when he's trying to be witty, when he's trying to be serious, like it feels normal. When others are trying to be the same, it kind of like, that's kind of cringe. Like that used to happen with the original Suits too. But the thing is, you got used to it, because it all was like, okay, that's the theme of the show, and those characters eventually perfected that, because they also were like, okay, maybe you're not right here, we'll go there. And also, like, things were happening too fast. Of course, it has the shots of the city and the music and everything. It's just like the the punches were not landing. We also had one thing, that whoever his ex is, Samantha, like she's kind of like, what Harvey had in his season, the ex who used to work, then in the last they broke up before he got with Donna. So we are probably having that aspect also. So because Stewart wants to merge with her, he actually visited Samantha, and I was like, oh, are they gonna fuck or something? Because he was like, my father died, and Samantha was, oh, I was like, it has happened in continuous shows, like when someone says like they open the door, they close the door, and they fuck, but nothing like that happened. They actually shared a drink, and she was like, whatever your father did to you broke you. It shows because you're here talking to me, not on a plane. And he was like, I'm coming after you. So because the Rick guy, he actually was supposed to be kind of like the head of entertainment. He's kind of, Ted's close confidant. You can say kind of a mentor mentee relationship. Kind of say he is kind of like the Mike of the show, without the fake law degree. He's kind of like the moral compass they're trying to show. But Like I kind of liked the twist where it was like he just left. He was like, because the glee that he saw on the face of Ted when he was like, we only got one of those three guys back because to lock their clients and then fire his lazy ass. He saw a glee on his eye and he was like, you were not here to do that. So I can't see what kind of person you're becoming, so I'm leaving. Erica is kind of like, the emotionless girl in the show. Like she's more like, closing the client. She's like not personality. She's like work, 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 close client done. She doesn't know how to, use her people skills to get things done. This is why he doesn't want to do that. And Stuart offered her that you can become my confidant. Then she told Leah, who is an overambitious associate, and she's like, make me a senior, whatever it is, senior associate or something. But she's like, I'm gonna. She essentially, double played her. She was like, I wanted to kill two things with one stone, because if she tells Ted, that means I can't trust her, and whatever Ted's response is, maybe then I'll go to Stuart. you know but then Ted comes to know about this, and he was like, are you playing both of us? But she was like, no, I'm not playing both of you, but I just wanted to know that you're here coming and doubting my allegiance. you know he would have made the same offer to Rick also. So Rick left, and he also had a little bit of a flirtatious thing with the pro bono girl, because she technically doesn't work for him, and she kind of doesn't need his money also, because he was like, you help in closing my clients, I'll give you 100,000. But she was like, I don't need your money because my family owns like half of the West Side apartments. So that also happened. And one thing also was like, one of his clients who he has been you know uh, representing for 10 years, his friend died. you know that guy says that he killed himself, but you know of course Stuart doesn't believe that. Earlier, uh, Ted advised him to have Stuart, because he doesn't want to do criminal defense, because for him, he's a former cop. he it is difficult for him to represent people who potentially have done a crime. But then when things changed, he convinced him to get him back also, because the client was like, I believe in him, everything. The thing is, in the past flashback, it was like one of his witnesses who got blown up uh, in like a long murder trial or anything, and he convinced the doctor to wait for one day, so that they can show that he's still kind of fighting for his life. His whole kind of case fell. It also is a little bit unrealistic. Like, he was so close to the house, it would have injured him more. And the other thing is, even if it didn't, come on man, no doctor is letting you just walk. Because his father was also there. He was like, I want to offer you a job. Ted was like, no, because you left us and everything. And his father was, I shouldn't have left you with the mother, it made you weak and everything. The thing is, you had also a black cop from Scranton. He was made a joke of also. Now he's a private detective in the present. He went to him with an offers to check whatever the murder trial is happening, to if there was a witness or something, because they need someone to prove his innocence. But he was like, give me 200 grand. He was like, I'll give you four, like, get it done. And he was like, okay, because he owes him a favor and everything. And this is kind of like the main thing, like the main mystery, like what happened 10 years ago. Like, why is it that all of these careers were destroyed? Like that Scranton cop said that whatever your fathers did, it kind of destroyed my career. And there was a thing about his father getting convicted also, which he mentioned. He went there, but he was like, you're gonna repay me back, you're gonna die alone. So it's the show, a lot is happening at once. The thing is, we'll probably get used to these characters. The only problem is, will this show get renewed for the second season? This show will probably have like 10 episodes or something, but it kind of needs that. Like, even if you like watch the first season of Suits, you kind of get attached to at least Mike, because Mike is the central character. Of course, Harvey is the one who is on the cover mainly. He's like kind of like the flirtatious like lawyer, but Mike is the soul of the show. Here you have the Harvey Dent character being kind of like the soul of the show. Like, having a Harvey and a Mike really helped the show, because from Mike you got a guy who did forge his law degree. From the heart he is good. You got Harvey, who is defending all these rich guys and all, who is kind of like a womanizer and also, but you see that he has some issues. He's a deeply layered character. With Louis also, eventually, at earlier stage he was just a grumpy guy, but eventually you got into his complexities. The thing is, will we get the same level here? Because even in the first episode, everyone was like, Harvey, Mike, let's go. Like, even Jessica in the first episode, everyone was like, yeah man, you know a strong black figure, woman boss and everything. But here, Erica is she's a partner now, because she asked him to make him partner, 7 days a week, twice on Sunday and everything. Let's see what happens. But my main conclusion is, too much happening at once. The thing is, you'll not really be overblown like watching the first episode. You'll be like, I need to watch this. I think this is kind of like the show that you'll watch like when you don't have anything else to do, and you're like, yeah, let's catch this show. It's a light show and everything. Like, Suits is, even though the original Suits for me is kind of like a 7.5 show overall for me if you combine all the seasons. But the thing is, you can actually binge watch that show. I do feel that you can binge watch that show. I don't know what happens with this, but my main conclusion is, with this episode, too much happening all at once. So that was it for me. So if you like this video, like, share, and subscribe. If you don't, share it with those who do. My social media links are in the description, which are my Instagram and my Twitter links. So go follow me on that. My UPI ID link, which is shabboy@okicici, is in the description also. So go donate any amount of money which you can, so that it helps me make YouTube a permanent career option. So that was it for me for today. So thank you. Goodbye. Alvida.